Welcome everyone to the back 11 of the 2018 Buffulo Chip Championship in McAlester, Oklahoma. This is a 21-hole layout, and we're going to see a lot of scoring on this back 11 here. And I'm Bobby Cox, and you're watching GK Productions. We're going to be picking back up on hole 12. Leading the pack, we got Donald at 3 under, Coda at 2 under, Randy and Brian at even, and Parker at 5 big. Alright, hole 12 is a 342-foot par 3, slightly uphill. We got some trees to dodge at the beginning, some guardian trees down by the basket, but this hole shouldn't be too hard for him. And I believe Donald's going to be going first. Yep, here's Giggler, and he's been putting like a maniac today. So let's see if he can keep that going through the back 11 here. Looks like he's lined up a hyzer flip. Didn't get the turn he wanted, but he'll be up there putting. Probably about a... Oh, he's really close. About a 20-footer. Here we got Randy. And he's starting to get hot, so let's see if he can keep that up. He gets more turn than Donald did. Yeah, he hits a couple trees down by the basket, but they'll putt for a birdie. Alright, here we got Coda. See if he can get it all the way up there. Those are a little high. Nicks a leaf. But it's not slowing down. It's all the way up there as well. Looks like everyone's putting so far. Here we got Brian Shintaku. Let's probably line up a similar line. Gets his a bit lower. Oh yeah, that's money. He's gonna be the closest out of the group so far. Here we got Parker. Parker needs to get hot this back 11 right here. And he does not love it. He turns it over a little bit. He won't really have a 2 look, but let's see if he can get close. Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing else you can do right there. Coda's got a really obstructed putt as well. Yeah, and it's just hard to commit on that kind of shot. Here's Randy for 2. Tried to ante around that bush. Didn't quite get on it. That's a good par save by Parker. Donald for 2. All day. That's a great 2 by Giggler there. And Brian for 2. Perfect. And that's not quite a bonus 2, but it's not easy. You got a lot of trees to dodge, and you really got to rip it off the tee pad. They're just tapping in for pars. On to 13. Alright, hole 13, 192 foot par 3. And this is a very, very gettable hole. It's actually an ace run hole. You can do the straight up the middle gap, the putter or mid-range, or the hyzer over the top. But with the hyzer, you really got to cut it off right by those trees because it's pretty easy to get along. Alright, up first we got Giggler. And he's probably going to go with the dead straight shot. With a putter or a mid-range. Maybe a truth. And he pures the gap. Oh yeah, that's a bullseye. Great shot. And here's Brian lining up the backhand hyzer route. Gets it high enough, and he's gonna be about 35 deep. He'll be happy with that. Here's Randy, probably going up the middle with the rock. He looks like he nailed that first tree up there. He'll have an obstructed birdie putt. And Coda's lining up the hyzer route as well. Looking pretty good. Oh! Oh no! No. Sit. That is not what you want. That went from the ace run, hit the top of the basket, to a 50-foot roll away. That's always frustrating. Parker's going up the middle. Leaks his a little bit left. He's going to be over there by Randy. Looks like... Yeah, I mean, that's a tough putt. He's got that tree right in his way. This is Coda for 2. Leads his a little bit right. Parker had to straddle out for his birdie putt. And he gets his a little bit nose up. It sails on him. Hopefully he can get that comebacker. Here's Brian for 2. Oh no! And you hate to see that. Chained out on the pro side. Probably hit right where he was aiming. That's always frustrating. Parker's cleaning up for par. Looks like Randy's putting for par. He should make this. And Coda for par. And there's nothing worse than hitting the basket off the drive and finishing with the par. Gives it a little left tap there. I'm not really sure why. And Donald for 2. Absolutely parked it. Alright, hole 14, 420 foot par 3. Got some trees to mess with at the beginning. The basket's on a hill. There's a pond in front of the hill and behind the hill. And this is one of the more iconic holes out here. It takes a very skilled first shot. You can take the up the middle route, which is what most of these guys will be doing. And you really just got to land short of the pond. And we might see a big hyzer, but the wind's got to be right for that. We'll see. And this is definitely a bonus too. Alright, first up we got Donald. And he's going to try to keep his hot round going here. He hasn't had too many mistakes. He's just ripping something right down the middle, keeping it low. And that's a great shot. He's down there putting for 2. And Brian's taking the over the top anti-flex shot, which you don't hardly ever see. And yeah, he put that like 20 feet out. That's a fantastic shot. Here's Randy. Just lacing it right down the middle. Oh, and he hit that last tree. That's going to leave a pretty tricky upshot. Very touchy. And Coda's lining up a thumber. I think he's just trying to play it safe and get it in the middle. Oh, no! And you hate to see that. He just rolls right in the pond, OB. Here's Parker. Throwing a nice looking turnover shot. And hits that little tree, but that should be just fun. And here's Randy lining up his approach shot. That needs to get down. It hits next to the basket, but that might have went on the other side of the hill. Hopefully it's not out of bounds. Parker's doing a little patent pending here. Get up there. Yeah, that's a great shot. And here's Coda for 3 after going OB. Scary run. Yeah, and he gives that a half go. He'll be tapping in for bogey. Here's Donald for 2. Yeah, he's got that one up a little too high. It's a really scary basket to run because it drops off on all sides. Randy just misses on the right. Oh, he went down the hill as well. It's going to be a tricky putt for his 4. Alright, good. He cleans that up for a bogey. Not what he wanted, but it's not the worst thing. And after that incredible over-the-top drive, Brian's going to be putting for 2 right here. See if he can knock it in. That's a fantastic 2. Bonus 2. And Brian's really picking it up this back 11. Starting to gain some strokes on some people. Giggler's tapping in for his par. Yeah, this is probably top 5 hardest holes out here. Parker cleaning up for par. Moving on to hole 15. This is a 264-foot par 3. It's really a must-get for these caliber players. You got the backhand hyzer route, forehand hyzer, thumber, tomahawk. I mean, you can do whatever you want on this hole. We should be seeing a lot of 2s. First up, we got Brian line up the forehand. And puts that in the bullseye. That's a guarantee too. Looks like Donald's line up the backhand hyzer. Probably a putter. He goes right behind the basket, a little bit of a roll, but he'll have like a 20-foot birdie putt. Here we got Parker. Looks like he's lined up an Annie backhand. And that'll work too. That's just inside the circle. Here's Randy with his AVR X3. pretty good too. Almost an ace, actually. That's very good. Unfortunate roll, but he'll be right there. Here's Coda lined up the same line. Gets it up there nice and high. Yeah, that should work. It's about circle's edge, maybe a little bit closer. Here's range for 2. Nails it. Brian tapping in for his birdie. Parker tapping in. And Coda's forced to straddle out here. Let's see if it makes a difference. No, he's got that. Nice birdie by Coda. Let's see if we can get a star frame. Let's go. Moving on to hole 16. This is a 498-foot par 3, and it's pretty hard to reach the basket. You got this tree right in front of you. You got dodged. You either go left or right of that, and then you really just try to get it out in the middle and yeah, get your approach close and tap in for 3. It's pretty standard. This hole's really just about distance control on the second shot. You can't really tell by the drone footage, but this hole is quite a bit downhill. Let's see how they do. Here we got Brian making a charge this back 11. He throws his a little bit high. And he still gets good distance out of it. Here we got Giggler. He's having a great round so far. He just needs to not get any more bogeys and just keep it clean. He'll be just fine. Keeps it nice and low, hits that right gap. Oh yeah, right in the middle of the fairway. Great shot. Here we got Parker. It looks like he might have nicked a branch. Yeah, he nicked a branch and just kind of faded out to the left. That's going to be a very, very difficult approach shot to save 3. And Randy's got a lot of power. He can get it not all the way down there, but he can get it pretty close. That gets eaten up by the tree about halfway down the fairway. Here we got Coda. Keeps his nice and low. Gets a great skip. Oh, he's way down there. And he'll have a long 2 look. Here's Parker from the left side. He's put a good move on it. Can't quite tell how close that is, but he'll be putting for sure. And Randy's just left with a nice hyzer route upshot. Looks like his AVR X3. Here we got Brian, just right in the middle of the fairway. That's a great spot. I think he left that a little bit short though. And Donald's lining up for a 2. Gets it high enough. Oh, front of the cage. This would be an insane to yeah. I can't even imagine. And Coda, the closest of the bunch, just tosses up there. He'll have a tap in for 3. Here's Parker. Yeah, I just didn't quite commit to that. He'll be getting a bogey. And Brian went quite a bit short, a lot shorter than he wanted. And leaves his a little high. He'll be tapping in for a bogey as well. Coda tapping in his par putt. And here's Randy for par. And it's not that difficult of a hole as long as you hit that initial first gap. If you're out there in the open, even just like halfway down the fairway, you're going to have a pretty doable 3. Alright, hole 17, 450-foot par 3. And this hole actually plays as an island. If you're on the cement surrounding the island, you are OB. But you can be short of it. And we got a drop zone up to the right. And yeah, it's really just kind of throw a hyzer flip, let it fade right in there. You'll see, you should see some skips off the pavement. So yeah, here we go. Alright, we got Giggler up first. And you gotta keep it low. Those branches, probably about 200 feet in front of us, they get in the way. Looks nice from here. And it looks like he hit the curb and he is OB. So he'll be heading to the drop zone for a long 3-putt. That's him trying to figure out if that was safe or not. It was not. Alright, here we got Randy. And he's probably going fairway driver. And it's a tough shot because you can't really see the island from the tee box. You're really just judging it off the distance. And he gets a massive skip off the pavement. But does he stay in? Oh, he rolls in and then rolls over the curb. He is OB as well. Here's Coda. He goes more of a direct route. Doesn't look too happy about it, but it's parked. Bullseye. And if you land on that grass, it almost acts like Velcro. It's not going anywhere. It's just skipping off that pavement where it gets a little sketchy. And here's Brian. This looks a little high. But he puts it up there. He'll be putting for 2. We got Parker. And that's just not turning at all. Fades out. He's not OB though. Yeah, and he has a long obstructed putt for his birdie. And here's where the drop zone's at. It's really just probably a 45-foot putt. Very doable. And that goes right off the basket. That's really like the first hiccup we've seen on this back 11 from Donald. Let's see if Randy can put one in there. And it looked good, just not quite enough power. There's Brian for a great 2. He's going to be pretty happy with that one. And he's trying to finish strong. Coda with a fantastic drive, drops in for 2, gives the basket a little tap. And here's Giggler for, I believe, a bogey. He really needs this. Yeah, he knocks that in. He's not going to be happy with it, but he's going to have to make up for it on the next if he wants to make that lead card next round. And Parker tapping in for a par. And Randy for a bogey. Let's go to the next hole. Alright, hole 18, 288 foot par 3. And this is a super unique hole. You're throwing it over a pond, through a little gap of trees, and yeah, hopefully get up to the basket and knock in a birdie putt. There's also the forehand line over that bathroom area, which is the line that I prefer, but I'm not very accurate with the backhand, so that's probably why I take that. And this is probably a must get for these guys too. It's not very long, the gap's not too tight. Let's see some good scores right here. First up we got Coda. He's going right up the middle, probably with some kind of mid-range. Yeah, that's a great shot. I'll leave him probably a circle's edge putt. Brian kind of grip locks that. He's going to be way short of the basket. Park with a nice line, gets it up nice and high. Yeah, and he'll have a great opportunity for a birdie, which he desperately needs. Here's Giggler. Probably going up the middle as well. Oh no. He grip locks that. Does it fall in the water? I think it's just short of the water. Here's Randy. Yeah, he needs that to get up a little bit. This grass is very thick, so there's not a whole lot of skips. And here's Giggler with the awful lie. Standing on all kinds of roots. Got a branch in his face. Let's see if he can pull some magic out here. Does a nice and high ante. Let's see if that's up there putting. Brian with the long uphill 2 look. And that's a great run. Left it a little bit short right, but he'll be happy with that run. Here's Randy for 2. Oh! That was in the basket for a good 3 seconds. And it just drops right out. Wow. Oh no! Donald, what are you doing? And he'll be tapping in for a bogey. That is not how I wanted to finish. Although we got 3 more holes after this. And Coda with the great 2. After watching both those spit outs, he's making sure he's hitting dead center. Parker taps in. Yeah, and the rest are just cleaning up for par. Gone for 4 though. On to the next. Alright, and this is our first temporary hole. This is hole 19, and we don't have an accurate distance, but it is far, and it is a par 3. You can be seeing a lot of high turnover flex shots. There's a lot of trees at the base that you gotta dodge. So you'll be seeing a lot of over-the-top shots. And yeah, you just want to get in this landing area. That sidewalk is OB. And yeah, it's a very tough 2. You gotta have a cannon, but we'll see. Alright, first up we got Coda. And Coda is known for throwing far. And that one leaks over to the left a little bit, but that's perfectly fine. He'll have a long 2 look. And Parker just can't find his stride this round. Here's Brian. Gets his up high enough. Short is about angle control and getting it far out there. His is leaking right. Yeah, that's OB. Wow. He's not going to be thrilled with that. And here's Randy. Crushing it right up the middle. It's got a good turn on it. Wow. And that is just way down there. He'll have a 2-putt. Jeez, that was almost pin high. I'm guessing this hole is like probably like 520 feet. That's my guess. And Giggler nicks some branches off the tee box. He's gonna fall a little bit short. It's gonna be a tough approach shot from there. And here's Parker. He gets it up there. He'll probably have a circle's edge putt for par. And Donald's just got a nice and easy hyzer. Let's see if we can put it in the circle. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And this is Brian's 3rd shot after the OB stroke. And he'll be putting for bogey. Coda was only left with like a 60-foot shot. He decided to just toss it up there. Didn't want to get crazy and run it. And here's Randy for 2. Wow. With the GK slow-mo, just drills it on the right side. And he is pumped. That might have been the only 2 of the whole round on this hole. Parker, a little high, but it stayed in for his par. Here's Donald for par. Drills it. And Brian for 4. Not what he wanted. And this hole's tricky because you're forced to throw it up high, and in Oklahoma there's wind gusts constantly, so you gotta make sure you get that angle right. Alright, hole 20. This is a par 3. It's roughly about 320 feet-ish. There's some OB on the left. There's OB just past the basket. That's that gravel sidewalk. But it does not play as an island. You'll probably just see some standard hyzers. Randy's up first. It's probably a Sexton Firebird, or maybe that might have been actually a putter. He puts it up there a little short, but he's putting for 2. Here's Coda going a little bit higher. Oh yeah, that is bullseye. Great shot. Parker's going with the Annie shot, but it looks like it got out of Slipped off his hand a little early and hits the tree. He'll still have about 40-foot birdie putt though. And Giggler going with the high hyzer as well. It looks a little deep. Oh no! Oh! I think that stayed in. Hovering OB, but it found its way on a little slice of grass. And Brian puts it up there about 20 feet short. Oh no. Parker got a mean roll away. About the same distance coming back for his par. But he drills that. Nice par. And the only mistake you can really have on this hole is just going deep. Here's Randy for 2. Barely sneaks that in. But he'll take it. Oh no! Brian, what are you doing? Hits the band on that. He'll be tapping in for a par. And Donald drills his birdie putt. And this day was just so hot and humid. These guys are probably ready to get off the course, get in their AC, and chug about 2 gallons of water. Alright, hole 21, par 3. Pretty standard hole. We'll probably see some forehands, maybe a backhand just right of that tree. We got OB parking lot left, OB road right, and OB road deep. And since we started on hole 2 this round, we will be ending on hole 1. So this is not the last hole. And here's Randy taking the hyzer in between those trees. It's a little deep, but he'll take that. He's got about circle's edge putt. And I thought Coda would be going forehand here, but it looks like he's doing the backhand. He gets through the gap. And he's over there hanging out with Randy. Here's Donald. And he's really wanting to finish strong. He's having a great round. He needs no more hiccups. And he nails the tree. He won't be getting a birdie, but it'll be a pretty standard upshot for a 3. Parker's struggling this round. He's just wanting to get out of here. He's going with the turnover shot, and that's looking pretty nice. Oh yeah. That's right inside the circle. That KC Pro Rock. Here's a four-hander. We got one. Turned it over a little bit too much. But that'll work. Probably wish he got a little bit closer, but he can bank some putts. And here's Donald's upshot. Not pleased with the drive. Leaves that a little short left. And these players are looking a little fatigued from the heat. Understandably, though. Oh! And Brian's 2-putt just spits right off the pole. He's had some tough breaks. And Randy knocks down a great birdie putt. About 40-footer. He's been hitting those long ones today. Oh, twinkle toes, no. Just barely short. Hits a couple chains, but he'll be tapping in for a par. And here's Donald for 3. That's a great putt. He's not satisfied with the par, but it's good making those 20-footers. Here's Parker for 2. Drills it. Great 2. And Brian and Coda will be tapping in for par. Alright, we're ending on hole 1, 540-foot par 3. This hole is very tricky. There's a couple routes. You can do the forehand route. The big hyzer is probably the more popular route. And then that cement area right in front of the basket down there is OB. So you might be seeing some layup shots just short of that. Or some of the big guys, they can be getting it all the way there. So let's find out what we see. And I imagine Randy's going for this. He's going with a big turnover shot, gets some fade at the end. Wow. That is incredible. He'll have about a 30-footer for birdie. Parker's going with a similar line. That's a great shot too. He ends up just short of the OB. He'll have a run at 2. And I thought I'd see a lot more hyzers out of this group, but they're getting aggressive. They're biting off that distance. And is that a roller? No, it's an air shot. Yeah, and that's just, I mean, you see that all the time. You end up a little bit short, and you are OB taking an extra stroke. Here's Donald. He's also going with the turnover shot. He's probably laying up. I don't know if he has the power to get all the way up there, and that's fine. He hits the tree, but he'll have a pretty standard up shot. And here's Brian. Yeah, he gets caught up in that tree as well. Hanging out with Donald over there. And this takes a pretty touchy up shot, but these guys are definitely skilled enough to do it. Yeah, that's perfect. About 10-footer. Brian going with the forehand, maybe a harp. That's a little farther away than he wanted. Here's Coda for 3 because he went OB. Oh my god! That was a perfect line, just a little short. Parker giving it a pretty good run for 2. And Randy with the closest by far. Let's see if he can convert with the 2 here. Go! Sit. Okay. At least it didn't roll OB. Brian clean up for his par. Randy's just tapping in for a par. And he's not going to be stoked with that round, but it could have been a lot worse. Donald with the par, Coda with the bogey, and Parker with the par. And that wraps up the first round. If you like this video, please subscribe, hit that like button, and we'll see you soon for round 2. See ya!